children, for the next generation of Israeli and Palestinians, for the next generation of Israeli and Arabs in the region. The region is going through a huge turmoil. The tragedy in Syria still go on. This strategy is linking to Jordan, linking to Lebanon, over 4 million refugees, humanitarian crisis, a terrible one, in Turkey, in Lebanon, in Jordan, which may create political instability. We see it in Lebanon, we are seeing it in Jordan, instability in Egypt. We are going to have election in April, instability in Iraq, withdrawal of the American army from Afghanistan. And now we have the crisis in Ukraine. The world is unstable. And a peace agreement between Israel and Palestinians will bring everybody a little bit down. And
if it actually happens, though, what will it take to make it happen? You talked about this notion of courage, but what precisely does that mean to break through in the peace process?
Netanyahu will have at one point to decide with which coalition he can live. The coalition that he has today won't give him the possibility to come to a peace agreement with the Palestinian. Being part of his coalition is the extreme right, settlers. They won't let him give up some settlements as a final status agreement deserve it. They won't let him go forward. At the same time, Abbas has to deal with his own opposition. Gaza, the Hamas, his own people who are very frustrated. Area C, which is a very important area where they cannot move freely. A financial, economical crisis in the Palestinian Authority. Both of them will have to give up something for the future of the next generation. And again, the security of Israel will be by doing peace with the Palestinians, and the improvement of the daily life of the Palestinians will be done by a peace agreement with Israel.
Today, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be addressing the pro-Israel lobby in the States at AIPAC. Is there anything he can say to that lobby that will then bring pressure back onto some of these coalitions you were talking about to get people to change their minds?
Listen, I'm very happy to see that in the last few months we see the discourse of the Israeli Foreign Minister, Mr. Lieberman, being much more moderate, like a statement. I'm afraid that Netanyahu, again this year in AIPAC, will explain all the threat that Israel is facing, will work on fears and not on hope. The Iranian crisis, it's still on, but they are negotiating in Geneva. The Syrian crisis is still on, but negotiations are taking place as well at the same time. If he wants, for the future generation of Israeli and Palestinian, he have to have a message of hope. I'm afraid it's not going to be the message that he's going to have at AIPAC today. Both leaders will have to have the necessary courage to go forward with the help of the international community. And I hope that the Americans are determined, and it's not only a show.
Ofer Bronstein, thank you so much for coming in to speak to us here at France 24. Here's hoping that those leaders do indeed have the courage it takes to make the next steps.
Thank you.
All right, time for sports now on France 24, and just 100 days to go before the World